Sir, I'd like to begin by speaking about how the Indian economy fares in comparison to what is happening all over the world. Honorable members are aware that our second quarter growth has been very high. It's the highest in the world, and we continuously maintain that momentum of being the fastest growing economy. During the same quarter, July to September 23, the third and the fourth largest economies of the world contracted, sir. Germany contracted by 0.4% and Japan contracted by 2.1%. The other emerging economies, which are largely credited to be the engine of growth for the world as a whole, even emerging economies such as Vietnam grew by 5.33%, Malaysia by 3.3%, and Thailand by just about 1.5%. So when you compare all these developments around the world, and for India to have reached 7.6% in the second quarter is a very significant number that we cannot afford to miss. In just last 8 years, sir, India has become the fifth largest economy from being the 10th largest in 2014. So just in these last 8 years, we have reached the fifth largest in size. Sir, the activities are all across the economy. It's not as if one sector is doing well and on the back of that, because the temptation is to say that the services sector, particularly given the fact that the service sector in its software services and the newly coming in global capacity centers and so on, gives us the feeling, and also because the contribution of the service sector to the GDP is very high, touching almost 60%, there is a temptation to think, is this growth on the back of only one sector, whereas it's not. All sectors are growing and growing significantly for us to notice it. So because of the Make in India program and also because of the Prime Minister's production-linked incentive schemes, the manufacturing sector is also now significantly contributing to the economy. The manufacturing sector has registered the highest growth of 13.9% in quarter 2 of this year. Now, if that is one other point that we would like to notice, there is this emphasis that I like to place on the Purchasing Managers Index. Manufacturing number itself is 13.9% growing, but the Purchasing Managers Index in November 23 was 56, which is in the expansionary territory. Now, PMI has been in the expansionary territory for more than 29 consecutive months. So the sustained growth of manufacturing is very indicated by that. Now, again, a comparison for the manufacturing sector is comparatively, if you're looking at the major economies, including that of the United States of America, Australia, Eurozone, Brazil, China, and South Korea, they have seen a contractionary manufacturing PMI. Let's not miss this point, because all developed countries are all showing in their PMI, the Purchasing Managers Index, a contractionary terrain number. So just to highlight what I'm trying to say is, I've mentioned that 29 consecutive months we have seen the PMI in India in the expansionary territory, whereas in those countries, USA inclusive, they are in the contractionary trade. Now, I'll just read the October and November 23 numbers. For USA, it is just 50 in October, 49.4 in October, and 49.4 in November 2023. Similarly, for Canada, 48.6, 47.7. Australia, 48.2, 47.7. South Korea, 49.8, November 23 is 50. So on, everyone, in fact, the Eurozone collectively, 43.1, 44.3. So on, China's is 50.7 and 49.5. When I bring in China, I know I'm consciously bringing in knowing that it's a larger economy, we are not matching up to them on many scores. But the index today, this is how it is. They're all in the contractionary territory, whereas we are moving forward.